The War Council chamber fell silent as Warlord Kethvar's massive form rose from his obsidian throne. 8 feet of chitinous armor gleamed under the harsh lights, each segment razor-sharp and designed for intimidation. His forearms flexed, revealing weapons grafted directly into his flesh. Plasma cannons where hands should be, molecular blades extending from his forearms. The terms are simple. Kethvar's voice rumbled through the translation matrix, each word dripping with contempt. Single combat. Winner takes the Terran colonies. Your species has impressed the hegemony with your persistence, but persistence means nothing without strength. Admiral Chen sat motionless at the negotiation table, her weathered face betraying nothing. Around her, the other human delegates shifted nervously. They'd come to negotiate a ceasefire, not watch their species' fate decided by trial by combat. The Kethvari Empire had conquered 17 worlds in the past decade. Their warlords were living weapons, genetically enhanced killing machines bred for one purpose. You may choose your champion, Kethvar continued, his mandibles clicking in what passed for laughter among his kind. Bring your finest warrior, your deadliest soldier. Equip them with whatever weapons your primitive technology can provide. From the back of the human delegation, a chair scraped against the floor. Every head turned as a figure stood up. Not Admiral Chen, not General Morrison with his cybernetic enhancements, not even Colonel Reyes with her reputation for impossible victories. It was Dr. Marcus Webb. The xenobiologist looked remarkably unremarkable. Average height, graying hair, soft hands that had never held anything more dangerous than a datapad. He wore a simple brown jacket over civilian clothes, and in his right hand, he carried what appeared to be a walking stick, a piece of polished wood about 3 feet long. I accept the challenge, Webb said quietly. The chamber erupted. Kethvar's warriors hissed in confusion. The human delegates shouted protests. Admiral Chen grabbed Webb's arm. Marcus, what are you doing? Webb smiled, the same gentle expression he wore when explaining complex theories to undergraduates. What I've been preparing for my entire career, Admiral. Trust me. Kethvar studied the human with interest. This is your champion? A soft flesh with a stick? This is our champion, Webb confirmed, stepping forward. And this isn't just a stick. It's humanity's oldest tool, refined through 2 million years of evolution. May we begin? The arena was a circular platform surrounded by energy barriers. Spectators from dozens of species watched from the galleries above. Most had come expecting a massacre. Betting pools heavily favored the warlord, with odds reaching astronomical proportions against the human. Kethvar entered the arena like a force of nature, his weapons charging with lethal energy. Plasma coils glowed white-hot along his arms. His blade edges caught the light like liquid mercury. Webb walked to the center with the unhurried pace of someone taking a morning stroll. He held his stick loosely, almost carelessly. Last chance to surrender, soft flesh, Kethvar growled. Actually, Webb said conversationally, I was going to offer you the same courtesy. You see, you've made a fundamental error in your assessment. The warlord's response was a plasma bolt that could have vaporized a hover tank. Webb wasn't there when it arrived. The human had moved with impossible precision, the stick blurring through space to deflect the energy blast into the arena wall. He flowed like water, never where Kethvar expected, the wooden rod becoming an extension of his will. Another plasma burst. Webb spun, the stick tracing geometric patterns that seemed to bend reality around them. The blast dispersed harmlessly. Kethvar charged, his blade arms seeking to end this embarrassment quickly. Webb met the charge head-on, and suddenly the arena became a lesson in applied physics. The stick struck pressure points with surgical precision. It leveraged Kethvar's momentum against him. It found gaps in armor that shouldn't have existed, exploiting structural weaknesses that no weapon should have been able to reach. You study us like specimens, Webb said as he danced around another wild swing. But you never asked the right questions. You wondered what makes humans dangerous in groups, with our ships and our tactics and our stubborn refusal to surrender. The stick cracked against Kethvar's knee joint. The warlord staggered, his perfect balance failing for the first time in decades. But the real question is what makes a single human dangerous when they have nothing but their intelligence, their adaptability, and a stick. Webb's movements accelerated. The wooden rod struck faster than the eye could follow. Nerve clusters, joint articulations, the delicate sensors that fed data to Kethvar's cybernetic enhancements. Each impact was calculated, precise, devastating in its simplicity. Your species evolved to be perfect killers, Webb continued, his voice never losing its lecturer's calm. Ours evolved to be perfect learners. Do you know how many hours I've spent studying Kethvari anatomy, analyzing your muscle systems, your neural pathways, your psychological responses to combat stress? Kethvar's plasma cannon sparked and died. His blade arms moved sluggishly, confusion replacing aggression. The stick had found every weakness, exploited every flaw. 43 years. Webb answered his own question. 43 years of preparation for this moment. Because humans don't just fight, Warlord. We study, we learn, we adapt. The final strike was almost gentle, a precise tap to a nerve cluster at the base of Kethvar's skull. The massive warrior collapsed like a felled tree, paralyzed but conscious. His perfect killing machine reduced to helplessness by 3 feet of polished wood. Webb stood over his fallen opponent, not even breathing hard. The arena was absolutely silent. This stick, he said, holding up the simple wooden rod, represents 2 million years of human tool use. It's weighted, balanced, crafted from ironwood grown in Earth's gravity well. But more than that, it's the symbol of everything that makes us human. Our ability to take the simplest things and make them extraordinary through knowledge, practice, and sheer bloody-minded determination. He looked up at the watching crowds, his voice carrying clearly in the stunned silence. We didn't need superior weapons or genetic enhancement. We just needed to be human. Admiral Chen was the first to start clapping. The sound echoed through the arena as humanity claimed its victory, not through strength or technology, but through the oldest human trait of all, the refusal to accept that something couldn't be done. Dr. Marcus Webb, xenobiologist and unlikely champion, helped the paralyzed warlord to his feet with the same gentle courtesy he showed his students. After all, the lesson was over,